Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Friday. It's Daryl here. It's not so bright and early anymore. It's 5:30 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. Some mornings I just don't have it going on. Some mornings it takes me a little while to figure out what exactly I want to talk about in a video, and today's one of those mornings. I just downloaded a video and I was talking about what was on my mind, a comment in yesterday's video. And there's something more in my mind now. I've kind of honed in on what's some questions I have concerning what happened yesterday in Maine, or let's see, today's Friday. It was Wednesday evening, I guess, in Lewiston, Maine. The mass incident. I have to watch how I phrase this. I want to talk a little bit about what Republicans are saying about this, and just some observations here. Some of the Republicans, I believe it's the new Speaker of the House, I'm not 100% sure on this, but one of the Republicans said that it's not about the guns. It's about what's in people's hearts. Okay, I have some thoughts on that. Let's just think about that for a second. So far this year, there's been 565 of these mass incidents just this year, just in the United States. If you look this up, I just started to look this up. What's a country with the second most of these incidents? No other country in the world comes anywhere close. I can't even get any accurate numbers, but Russia would be the next country, and they have like a 20th of the incident that we have here in America. So that being said, that this is a unique problem to the United States. I think we can all agree on that, right? This is happening in the United States. This incredible, vile situation that keeps happening over and over again is just happening in the United States, mainly in these numbers. Okay, so if this is true about what Republicans are saying, that it's not about the guns and it's about what's in people's hearts, what's that say? Seriously, what does that say about Americans' hearts? If this is happening way more, dozens of times more in America than any other country on earth, if it's not about the guns and it's about people's hearts, what's that say about Americans' hearts? What they're saying there is that Americans' hearts are particularly vile, immoral, angry, and violent. I'm not saying that, but either Republicans are completely wrong, and it is about the guns, and it's not about people's hearts, or Americans' hearts are, because it's one of the two things. It's either the people or the guns. So that's a question I have. Now, the next thing I want to talk about, I will link this down below, and this just blew my mind. It's just when you think somebody can't say anything even more ridiculous, I was expecting all the comments about thoughts and prayers, got your thoughts and prayers. I was expecting that, but this just blew my mind. Sean Hannity, okay, the link will be down below. And he says that Americans, with all these incidents happening in America, they should have a plan, a tactical plan for when and if this does happen to them. Something, some way to run and hide or defend or something like that. And this is just, it gets more bizarre. He actually brags about having martial arts experience. So I guess he's going to karate chop the bullets coming at him, or maybe do judo backflips of the suspects in these cases. I guess that's his advice. That's his advice. That's his plan. Martial arts training for what happened in Lewiston, Maine, to karate chop the bullets, or to have a tactical plan. Okay, what if we use that same idea with drunk driving? Let's say drunk driving. So instead of dealing with drunk drivers, trying to keep drunk drivers off the road, you have a tactical plan for when you see you're driving, northbound, and there's a southbound lane on the other side of the highway, and you're driving northbound and you're seeing somebody swerving on the wrong side of the road coming at you. So you should have some kind of plan to avoid these people. You should have some kind of, instead of dealing with drunk drivers or trying to keep people off the roads or breathalyzers or enforcing drunk driving laws. Shouldn't do any of that, especially no enforcing drunk driving laws. No, you should have a tactical plan to avoid, maybe just not drive at all after 6 p.m. Stay off the roads. Maybe that's what you should do. It doesn't make any freaking sense. You're not dealing with the problem. you know, to have attacked, you know. So in other words, you're just throwing he's just throwing his hands up and saying, well, this is how we're going to have to live, and you're just going to have to, you know, this is the way things are, deal with it. You know, and that is unacceptable, and it's most unacceptable because it's not happening in any other country on the face of the earth. It's just happening here. If it's not happening in any other country in the whole rest of the world, then we certainly can do as good as the other country. We could improve, at least if America is so great. Okay, there's one more thing I want to talk about. It's this guy again. Again, it's this guy. He's got some military background. He's a right-winger, and he actually, the suspect in this case, Card, he's a right-winger. He, from his, what I believe, what I've read so far, he liked Donald Trump Jr. posts. He liked Tucker Carlson posts. He commented on Biden, negatively on Biden and the economy. So he's a right-winger. He's a white, older, middle-aged male. Again, it's this guy. You know, a guy that's middle class. He's got enough money to buy a house. He's got enough money to buy these instruments of destruction. You know, and so why is it these guys? You know, and the only thing that comes to mind is when I see people like Nick Fuentes, you know, complaining about how the American, the average white man is being picked on. It's all reverse discrimination these days. You know, they don't have the same entitlement that they used to have years ago. And they're so angry about it. That's the only thing I can figure out, because it's always this freaking guy, like Adam Lanza here in Connecticut. That's a name I should not have to remember. I shouldn't remember that little monster, the situation that happened here in Connecticut with Sandy Hook. And that's all I'll say about that. Just some thoughts off the top of my head. Sean Hannity, martial arts as an idea against these mass incidents. And what's in people's hearts? Is it Americans' hearts that are particularly vile and immoral and angry and violent? Or could it actually be these assault weapons? I don't know. Something to think about. Let me know what you think. I'll be back later. I'm going to make a few videos today. I got a lot on my mind. I'll see you guys in a few.